the history, isn't it? Like, you feel it as soon as you walk in. It's got a bit of character to it. I know people call it, people might say that's a nice way of calling it a kip, but it is old-fashioned. It is, you know, you can see that it's been there for as long as it has been. But at the end of the day, some of the greats in football have played there. There's a reason why it's called the home of Irish football.
Walking up Dalymount on a match night towards Dalymount.
Walking up the alleyway, seeing the graffiti on the walls, smell of smoke, smell of chips. Nothing beats it, really.
You just love you're meeting friends, see people every week. You're all support the same team, you're all going for the same objectives. Nothing beats that feeling of a match night, to be honest, at Dalymount.
It's, you know, seeing those floodlights is iconic, and you know, it gives you something to look forward to on a Friday night when you're walking to Dalymount, hearing the atmosphere.
Has always been electric, as far back as I can remember.
The atmosphere has always been good, and I think Dalymount is known for having one of the better atmospheres in the league.
Dalymount's a special place. It has more character than any other ground in the league.
We're watching heads funnel into that place to go to toilet face that knows you, that place that holds you. Say our name, see if it controls you. Down to the wanderers, how I show you was a different time then, son, different perfume. And we loved will never hurt you. It's a brand new scent now, unfamiliar hands outstretched. You won't remember thinking, can I hold on? I can hold on, 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 I can hold on.
First memory of Dalymount Park would have been when I was would have been 11. I was playing for my local team, Costanock Celtic, and I remember one Tuesday our manager said, look, instead of going to training, we'll go down and watch a match. And I remember it was probably April time, we played Limerick in the league game, we lost 2-1, Georgie Poynton scored. That would have been one of my first memories from Dalymount Park.
For me, it would be coming here with my dad. My dad came here when he was younger with his dad, and then he didn't have any sons, he got blessed with 2 daughters, so then I came along and I came with him to the matches.
Been here since I was a kid. My father was here, used to help him with the style, but I first worked here behind the bar in 1995, and I met my husband here.
It's a vague memory, but I remember going with my dad to watch a European game against Red Bull Salzburg, actually over in the Connacht Street stand, which is no longer there, as you know, but I believe we lost that game. I don't have too many football memories about that. Best and worst memories. I suppose to start with the worst one, it's always like the derby losses, isn't it? I think I remember Trevor Clark scoring a winner for Rovers in Dalymount, and then celebrating in front of the Balls fans, so that wasn't nice.
Probably last year, probably the worst I've ever felt coming out of a football game, apart from the 2 cup finals in 21 and 23, would have been the last home game last year against Shells. We were flying in that first half, 2-0 up. If we had won that game, we would have had one hand on Europe.
Like, the low was definitely the 2024 season. We had one of our worst home records. It was very depressing football, I won't lie.
Being knocked out from the FAI Cup in the semi-final here against Derry, because that season in particular we were 8th in the league. We were having a really tough year, and I just felt like with the FAI Cup we were always kind of clinging on to that hope that alright, there's still something there for us this year. And then obviously Derry beat us 2-0 here down in the semi-final, and that was somehow I was more deflated watching that game than I was after the final.
But there was a spell there, I can't remember what kind of year it was, probably 2017, 18, where we went on a streak of winning like 8 or 9 derbies in a row against Rovers. So that was just insane period.
Obviously the 6-4 in Santry. How many times do you come back from 4-1 down to win a game by 6 goals to 4?
Obviously the cup, the double, when we did the double. I remember that very well. I was pregnant on my second child, and I couldn't celebrate the way I wanted it, and everybody else was doing. But that was definitely the high.
Against Waterford, we were just coming out of COVID at this point. Crowds are kind of getting back to full capacity and Waterford in the Cup semi-final in 2021. And I think what made that such a good memory was from the previous years of just Cork in 2018, and then the year after against Rovers we lost in the semi-final at home. And you're kind of thinking going into that game, it's going to be 3 times in a row losing the Cup semi-final at home. Of course, you've a lot to pick from. Every win against Rovers. Derby Day at Dalymount is
To my ears, you sound how my childhood streets felt to walk through your thoughts of listen to me, yeah. And she loves how I used to live as a girl, coming away to the city, yeah.
It's mental, but it's mental in a good way.
Oh, the emotions and nerves are about at an all-time high.
Tense, petrified, worried, stressed.
There's the whole north side, south side. There's the whole fan owned versus rich owners, the working class versus the south side.
I always notice on Derby, it's definitely an atmosphere of kind of tension, but also excitement, especially if we go 1-0 up.
you can't even describe the atmosphere, the hatred, the venom in the crowd. I wouldn't have it any other way.
I mean, it's the best atmosphere of the year, there's no doubt, but absolutely nerves, because basically ruined your week, ruined your month really if you lose a match against Rovers. I know there's other Dublin derbies, Shells, Pats. I mean, it doesn't really come close to the Rovers derby.
It doesn't matter whether one team's in relegation, one team's going to win the league. It's all about bragging rights at the end of the day. The result could go anyway. Bowls could win 3-0, or they could edge it 2-1 in the last minute, or Rovers could edge it 2-1 in the last minute. It's all down on the night. Doesn't matter where any team is.
Everyone says it's the biggest game in Irish football for a reason. First of all, because it is, but also because the atmosphere. In a weird way, I'm more worried about losing on the night than I am looking forward to winning.
Well, on Dalymount, like I said before, I'll be sad to see the old park go, but I think it is necessary to bring in a new stadium. There's so much of a demand for Bows tickets at the moment. I also think, in terms of just the growth of the club, I think it is necessary for the league just to modernise a bit. Over the last couple of years, steadily the expectations have gone up and up, and we are starting to spend a bit of money now, as everyone knows. So the merchandise going and still selling tickets every week, then hopefully we'll be thereabouts at the end of the season.
I can see us continuing in the way we're run. We're obviously fully member owned, which is great. Next few years you could start to see Bows creeping into some title challenges, hopefully winning a couple of league titles. I think we'll definitely win the cup, to stay in Phibsborough if at all possible, because it's the heart of Bows. When you think of Phibsborough, you think of Bows.
I'd like it to remain the same way as it is. I mean, we're very much a family. It's very much volunteered. The way it is, with loads of volunteers, and I like that, and I think that what makes the club.
I think it will remain the same. Well, I hope it does, because it's it's a community, and there's so many younger new boys that are joining as well, and it's kind of keeps them out of trouble as well.
I think I'm assuming they'll probably keep some reminiscence of this old Dalymount Park. I don't know how it'll turn out, but I'm looking forward to seeing the new Dalymount Park. That would be an iconic. I think it's had its time.
I think it's a massive sign for not just Bows but for the league about where it's going. Football in this country is on the rise, and I think people are starting to come and appreciate the game in a different way. They're appreciating local football. It's real, it's raw. You're going to school with the people that you're playing against, and then everyone around here. If you go to a game in whether it be Anfield or Old Trafford, wherever it might be, and you're not a local over there, you're going into a group of strangers, whereas here you have a community with a new ground coming and new office and everything coming in the Oscar Traynor. So for myself and the staff, we'll be moving location out to the Oscar Traynor with everyone else. Things are moving in the right direction across the board, I think.
you can't fathom how important those are